The day belongs to everyone. The night belongs to whoever stays awake in it. The city after 10 in April is a garden. No one planned it, and I'm part of it. The street lamps through the blossom make a thing that has no name in any language yet. The pink and white against the orange glow. The city and the spring, the best duet. The city blooms at night when nobody is watching quite. The city blooms at night in the spaces between, in the spaces between the lights. Sneeze the night, sneeze the night. I walk these streets on spring evenings later than I should, I know, and yet the city at 11 in the blossom is something I'm not ready to forget. By going home to sleep, it keeps on blooming. Yeah, 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 yeah. The city and the spring, they don't do it. The city blooms at night when nobody is watching quite. The city blooms at night, and the spacings in the spacing between lights. Neon sign is pink for our bed. 가장 아름다운 데뷔 절토하게 저른 달콤하게 좁된 달콤하게. The man-made pink, the natural pink together in a color I had never seen before. I stopped under the tree beside the sign and let them both fall on me, petal light. The city and the spring in conversation at 11 on an April night. Blossom and neon, neon, the same color. Blossom and neon, neon, meant for each other. Blossom and neon, the spring after dark. Blossom and neon, the city secret park of color that exists for 1 month only. Blossom and neon, neon, nobody's lonely when the city and the spring are both in bloom. Blossom and neon, neon, no need for a room when the street is this. Just the pink, the light, blossom and neon. But may the blossoms done and just the neon remains the sign still pink, the tree just green. the city that's here every night, made new by 1 week of blossom that won't be back till next April. Get it right. Blossom and neon, neon. Blossom and neon, neon. Blossom and neon, neon. The same color. Blossom and neon, neon. Meant for each other. Blossom and neon, the spring after dark. Blossom and neon, the city secret park of color that exists for 1 month only. Blossom and neon. 1 week only. The market opens when the sun goes down. In April, when the evening's warm enough, the vendors with their lights and their particular warmth, the spring night market doing its stuff, of bringing out the city after dark in a way that they can't. The lanterns and the smell of something good and the blossom overhead, the city and the land of spring making their best collaboration. Night market in April, the city's gift. Night market in April, the evenings lift. Night market in April, everyone is here. Night market in April, the best time of year. The warm evening and the open stalls, the spring night market, winter's curtain falls for good, just the lanterns and the air. Night market in April there, together in the warm, in the bloom. Night market in April, the whole city's room. I bought something I didn't need, and something that I did and stood between the stalls, eating it slowly, the way that night markets say you should. Take your time, look around, the spring is here. The night market in April every year, different and the same. Every city has its night market version. Every spring has its warm enough for this. The night market in April is the city at its most, at its brightest, at its bliss. Night market in April, the city at its best. The long way home, obviously in April. The long way has the blossom-lined canal. The petals on the water after dark look like the city wrote me a chorale. something I don't have the words for yet. The white on black water, the lamplight. I took the long way home and it was 7 extra minutes of the kind of night that makes the long way shorter than the short. Walking home through blossom after dark. Something about the night makes it more. Walking home through blossom April nights. Walking home through blossom, all the lights of the city filtered soft through the white. Walking home through blossom, getting it right, taking the long way on purpose. Because walking home through blossom always was the best part of living in a city that blooms in April. Walking home, the pretty, extraordinary, ordinary walk. A pedal landed on my shoulder, stayed for half a block before it found the ground. And I pretended not to notice, let it travel with me. There was no one around to see me walking home with borrowed blossom, which is the best kind, unbought and free. Walking home through blossom, the long way every time. The cafe stays open late in April because the night is warm enough for chairs outside. Some always orders one more. I know I'm really in a hurry to go upstairs to sleep when the spring night is doing this. The particular warmth of blossom air, the cafe in the spring at 10 at night is the most so civilized place in the I know, right there between the inside and the outside. Spring cafe, staying at him. Spring cafe, that's what spring wants. Spring cafe, spring cafe, spring cafe, the last to leave. Spring cafe, the warm reprieve on spray, the last good cup, the outside chairs. Spring night cafes, nobody cares what time it is. The spring says stay a while. Spring night cafe, every mile of the long way home can't wait. Spring night cafe, it's not that late. staying. They refill without asking at this hour. The spring night cafe, the art of delaying sleep, just enough, the right amount to have the spring night fully. Spring night cafe. Spring cafe. Spring cafe. One more cup. Spring cafe. Spring cafe. One more cafe. One more cup. One more cup. One more cup. The parks are still busy at 9 in April. The restaurants have people at 10. The city that usually folds by 8 has decided to stay up again. Because of spring, because the air is warm, because the evening is too good to end. The city doesn't sleep in spring, it stays around the corner, just past the bend of what should reasonably be the night. The city doesn't sleep in spring. Too much happening, too good a thing. The city doesn't sleep in spring. The city doesn't sleep in spring. The streets are full at 11 and 12. The city doesn't sleep, it shouts. The usual early to bed of the cold months. The city doesn't sleep in spring. For once it stays up past the point of sense. The city doesn't sleep in spring. The tense, this present is always is right now. I'm part of it, the staying, the being out in the warm city on an April night. I'm not going home when the going home is sensible, because the city and the spring are right here, and right here is where I need to be. The city doesn't sleep in spring, and neither do we. Winter made us go to bed at 8. Spring says you were born for this, stay late. The city doesn't sleep in spring, and neither should you. The city doesn't sleep in spring, and neither do I. The city doesn't sleep in spring, and neither do I.
The streetlight set a city on wet nights. On dry spring nights, they simply hold the dark at a comfortable distance, warm enough to walk under without any mark. About the cold the kind of city has, always had, just needs spring good breeze. Streetlight serenade, the spring night jazz. Just spring night serenade, the spring night stress. Streetlight serenade, the spring night serenade. Streetlight serenade. Just spring night, streetlight serenade. A saxophone, of course, appeared at the corner where the canal bends, as if the spring had put him there to prove that April always means what April says in the way of gifts. The music and the night, the street light on the blossom, the perfect ride.
Wherever there's a warm night night bossa with the blossom in it. An unrepeatable hour in an unrepeatable place. Late evening bossa. At evening bossa. Late evening bossa. Late evening bossa. The bridge at night in spring is where the city shows its best reflection. The river holds the light so perfectly. The second city in the water section, below the real one and the real one too. It's beautiful enough, but both together, the bridge between them standing in the middle. The best of all the spring night weather is the view from here. The bridge at night, the city double. The bridge at night, no need to be troubled. The bridge at night, the river holds the lights. The bridge at night, the spring at its height. Of the visible, the seen, the felt. The bridge at night, the city and the bell of water and the stars that aren't the stars. Just light from buildings, just a near and far. Reflected the bridge at night. I'm here again. The bridge at night, where I come when I need to see the city from outside. So there were three of us on the bridge at 10, each standing separate, looking at the same thing. We didn't speak, only the spring night river. City view was the whole conversation. The bridge at night, the bridge at night, the city double below. The bridge at night, the bridge at night, the bridge at night. Someone left the window open, must have been the warmth that made them, and the smell of the spring night came inside at midnight and laid itself down gently and did well to come. The blossom on the air at 12, the distant music from the street below, the spring night filling up the room completely with everything I needed. Gentle, slow. Someone left the window open, to the outside in the spring night air, the blossom on the dark, the distant city doing what it does, and felt the window opening my heart. The same way, the same gentle, the same slow, the spring night coming in and making room. Someone left the window open. The spring night came in. Rooftop Ramen. And I lived in. The rooftop in the spring night is ours. The city spread below, the blossom close. The sky with its particular night of spring, the kind that everyone who's seen it knows. It's different from all other nights. The rooftop level has the blossom in it. The whole spring compressed into the view. From here we are in it. Every minute of the spring night, rooftop is the best view. Rooftop blossom view. Rooftop blossom view. The city lit below. Rooftop blossom view. Rooftop blossom view. Nowhere else to go. Rooftop blossom view. Rooftop blossom view. The best seat in the spring. Rooftop blossom view. The city offering everything at once. The lights, the pink, the warm night air. I don't even think about the day below from up here. Rooftop blossom view, perfectly clear. A spring from above is a spring complete. Rooftop blossom view. Someone brought wine, obviously, and we stood around in the blossom dark at 10. Not saying much, we didn't need to. Just the rooftop and the spring again, and the city doing what the city does. Below us, grateful lit alive. Rooftop blossom view. Rooftop blossom view. Rooftop blossom view. Rooftop blossom view.
The Ramen shop is open, pleasant midnight, which is the thing I love most about it. The spring night walk that ends here, always here. The warm bowl and the cold wall, admit it. This is what a spring night's for. The walk through blossom, through the city, through the lane, and then the warm shop with the counter seats, and the bowl that's always worth the makes me feel alive. The couple next to me are on their spring night too. Their blossom in their hair, they'd walked as well. We are all here for the same reason. The sea, the spring, the ramen, and the spell of the late night spring that says one more thing. One more warm thing before you sleep. Spring midnight ramen. One more warm thing. Spring midnight ramen. One more warm thing.
Another city in April by the smell. Before your eyes have told you what it is. The blossom first, then warm concrete beneath. The night version different from the days. More concentrated, the heat of the day. Released back into the evening air. Plus the blossom at its most at night. The smell of April in the city there is nothing else that smells exactly like it. Close your eyes, just smell the city in April at night. That spring. What the city smells like in April is the best thing that a city does. What the city smells like in April, blossom and the warm and the because of everything the spring did to the air. What the city smells like in April, there in the evening, in the walking through. What the city smells like in nice is what spring smells like on you. I stop on the walk home and just breathe at the corner where the tree is. Just one breath, full and complete, the city April smell. And then I keep walking before the depth of the smell takes me back to every April I've been alive in, all of them at once. What the city smells like in April. Breathe it while it's here.
last train home goes past the Blossom Park at speed, but not so fast I can't see the white against the dark between the buildings. A flash of spring for everyone like me. On the late train, the ones who stay too long, in the good of the spring night, who are now heading home with blossom in their memory, and the speed of the last train showing how the city and the spring look from inside the going. Last train, first blossom, flash of white. Last train, first blossom, spring, good night. Last train, first blossom, see it through the glass. Last train, first blossom, too beautiful to pass. Without a look, without the held breath. Last train, first blossom, the city after death of the evening, just the track and the white. Last train, first blossom, spring, good night. We stayed as long as we could, now we go. Last train, first blossom, the last show. Ooh, of the spring night. The woman across the carriage saw it too. We caught each other seeing it and smiled. The last train, the first blossom shared between two strangers for a moment, filed under the things the city gives for free to anyone awake enough to see. Last train, first blossom, spring, good night. Last train, first blossom, spring, good night. Last train, last train. from the hill. The city is a thing you love, in a way that ground level doesn't give. The whole of it, the lights, the grit, the dark, the geometry of how a million people live. Each light of life, and from a pier at night. In spring, the blossom on the trees below makes the edges of the city soft. A million lives under a blossom glow. City lights from the hill, the whole thing. City lights from the hill, the whole spring. City lights from the hill in April. City lights from the hill, the final understanding of the city you live in. City lights from the hill begin again. Your love for it, the whole thing below. City lights from the hill, you didn't know how much you loved it until you saw it whole. City lights from the hill, the spring soul of the city from above, just like we stayed till the cold came, which in April takes a while. The spring nights hold their warmth long past the point where winter would have sent us, but April keeps the chill at bay. True north is somewhere warmer now, and we stay until the city in the spring had said enough. City lights from the hill, the whole city lights from the hill, the whole city lights from the hill, the whole spring. City lights from the hill, the whole city lights from the hill, the whole city lights from the hill, the whole spring.
his head against the glass, the blossom passing over his sleeping face in the lamplight. A spring night painting quietly amassing beauty from the ordinary, the bus, the sleeping man, the blossom, all of us. Spring night bus, 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 spring night bus. He gave generation to reckon some different current from the afternoons. The colors gone to black and silver, but the blossoms still pale in the perfume. Stronger as if the night turns and turns, and there was something more and something the city quiet, just the garden doing its sequential. Spring thing concerned with the hour. The garden at midnight, still in bloom. The garden at midnight, this is the room. The garden at spring doesn't sleep. The garden at midnight, the roots go deep into the dark and keep the blooming going. The garden at midnight, without my knowing, it grows through the night. The spring at work. The garden at midnight, I'm a lurker in my own garden, a guest at midnight. The garden at midnight, perfect right. I stood there 20 minutes in the dark, just watching the garden be itself at night. The blossom moving in the mild spring air, without the benefit of any light. But the moon and the distant city glow, enough the garden doesn't need the sun to know what it's doing at midnight. The garden at midnight. The garden at midnight. The garden at midnight.
the cherry trees are lit from underneath by streetlights. Someone's there. Right now in Paris, someone walked the Seine and smelled the spring in the particular air. Right now in Sao Paulo, something's blooming. Right now in London, the parks are still warm. Right now in Tokyo, the night is full of blossom and the city and the form of spring. That every city gets its own version of spring. In every city, different and the same. Spring in every city, calling every name. Spring in every city, tonight. Spring in every city, tonight. Spring in every city, every light in every window of every spring night street. Spring in every city, the complete version of the world when it decides to bloom in every city. It rides across every time zone, doesn't stop. Spring in every city, every rooftop, every bridge, every blossom tree. Spring in every city, including me, including you. We are all in different springs, but looking at the same moon, the same spring going around the world. Not too late and not too soon. Just a spring in every city, finding every window, every open door. Seoul, Paris, London, Sao Paulo, Tokyo, and every city more. The spring arrived in all of them tonight. The spring arrived, now spring arrives for you. Spring in every city, including yours. Every city, including you. Every city. The city in bloom is the city at its best. I've seen it every April since I came to live here, and each April is surprises me completely. It is never the same as I remembered it, always warm. The blossom heavier, the nights more warm, the lights more beautiful through the pink and white. The spring city, always beyond the norm of what I thought I'd find. The city in bloom, I keep being surprised. The city in bloom, by the same April price. The city in bloom, the streets are different. The city in bloom, and it is that different from the gray streets of the months before. The city in bloom, just the blossom more than you thought. The city had it in. The city in bloom, worth the winter that preceded. The city in bloom, everything we need. To every night walk through the blossom lit, to every rooftop and every night cafe, to every bridge that doubled the spring sky, to every last train home on an April day, to every open window, every spring night air that came inside uninvited, to every city spring that ever held us in its bloom, delighted sighted with the beautiful of the ordinary stream. The city in bloom, the city for everyone. The city in bloom, for the night walkers. The city in bloom, for the last train home. The city in bloom, for the quiet talkers at the cafe that stayed open late. The city in bloom, for the bridge stand
is for you. The city in bloom, the city in bloom. The city is blooming, the city in bloom. And so are you. The city in bloom, we made it here again. The city in bloom, through every season, every rain. The city in bloom, look up, look around. The city in bloom, the most beautiful sound is the city and the spring together once a year. The city in bloom, and we are here. We are right here in the most beautiful way. This is what we see every year. This right here, the city in bloom. The city in bloom. The city in bloom. Every April. The city in bloom. Still here.